and create a perfect world in our heads.
Okay, so we've got more of this amazing wine that you brought for me.
Yes.
And by that I mean the store, but also I get to drink it, so.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna pair them up with these wine stuff. Can you tell me what it is?
Certainly. So right here we have our Famille Hugel Riesling. And so this is out of Alsace, France.
Okay.
So the town where the grapes are grown and the winery is located is in Riquewihr. So a lot of history here. So this family's been around for over 370 years.
How many generations? Jeez, Lou.
13 generations. So yeah, they are amazing. There's actually a book called Of Wine and War that features the Hugel family. So when you go to the town of Riquewihr, which is in eastern France, you can see the town and the architecture where World War II had actually bombed a part of the town, and it's so absolutely devastating. But you have the post-World War II architecture, the new builds from post 1945 on, and but it's a really special place. The village is so cool. The family is amazing. So if anyone travels to Riquewihr and Alsace, they have to go visit Hugel. They're the best of the best, so pure in their winemaking process, right from the vineyard into the bottle. And Riesling is their flagship. That's what we're going to be tasting today. Okay. So a lot of people, they think that, oh, Riesling sweet. No, no thank you, pass. This has 3.7 grams of sugar per liter. So this is a dry Riesling, which is characteristic of Alsace. And yeah, so beautiful estate fruit and all hand harvested. Doesn't touch any oak. Okay. In fact, they have these huge oak barrels in the winery. One of them was featured in the Guinness Book of World Records because of how big it is. So that's cool. Nice claim to fame there. Thank you. But inside the wine barrels, they actually have tartrates, which are wine diamonds. So the wine never even kisses the wine barrels. It just lays within the tartrates, which
wine crystals?
Yeah, wine crystals. It's the tartrate. So when I pop open this cork, a lot of times you can see these little sparkly diamonds. It's really neat, but such a beautiful dry.
On the bottom of the corks, the shiny bit is called a titrate?
Tartrate.
Tartrate.
Yes.
Tartrate.
Yeah.
It's a fun little, like, I'm gonna be able to use it at the next party, right? Pop it open and be like, oh wow. Like, oh my God, I love the tartrates on this piece. Like, oh, sorry, I speak many languages. Super
geeky.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so just really, really elegant and nice. And Hugel makes other wines too. Okay. They have a beautiful Gentil, which is the 5 noble grapes. They have a Pinot Gris, a Pinot Blanc. But this Riesling, this is what you want to start with. They even have a Gewürztraminer, and these wines age in the bottle too. Like we had a 1998 Gewürztraminer that was off the charts.
You have all of my jealousy.
Yes, so I'll go ahead and open it if
Please.
You want to talk about the chocolate.
But yeah, you went over with the wine profile with me earlier, and I did pull out a couple of things that I thought maybe we could show have no business being paired with it as well. So like that way we know what is and what isn't, right? So you said there was a whole mess of brilliance whenever you get anything spicy behind it. So we've got this guy here. It's our Texas Spice Pecan. We're in Texas. Spicy. It's got pecans on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a cayenne and ancho inside there that's going to give it the heat to it. And there is like a touch of cinnamon. So it does kind of like travel across the center, and then it kind of like calms down, and then you get a little bit of like heat in the chest, and it comes back out the nose, whatever, which is just something I know because I eat too much candy. But that one's going to be super, 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 super fun. If there's ever any like sweet wine that if there's ever any sweet chocolate you're trying to do, a lot of times it helps to go with a sweeter wine. You were telling me that this guy, unlike a lot of the Rieslings, doesn't yell at you with that sugar.
No, this is dry. So if you wanted to pair a wine with a sweet chocolate, I'd go for like a Moscato d'Asti or maybe like a German Riesling. Sure, or a dessert wine like a Sauterne could be cool. So we're doing a really interesting thing in that they're traditionally one would think, okay, white chocolate, white wine, we're about to jump onto a sugar train off the rails or something. I don't know what the song is, but we're using chocolates that are white that aren't overwhelmingly sweet, and then a white one that isn't overwhelmingly sweet. Yeah.
It's because we're geniuses.
Yes, chocolate geniuses. Here we go. I'm left-handed, so a lot of times I pour with my left hand, but all the sommeliers would yell at me and say, use your right hand. But unfortunately today I will not be drinking with you since I'm pregnant. I'll just be eating. So you can do the drinking for both of us.
It's okay, it looks better with the 2 glasses poured. Okay, you were telling me that the wine is going to go incredibly with this chocolate. I was saying the same thing to you. Oh my gosh, because we're geniuses.
Yes.
Why do we have, I mean, I know, but explain to them. No. Why do we have seltzer water and coffee beans when we're about to drink wine and chocolate?
We gotta keep our palates clean and cleansed. Okay. So this gives our tongue a little refresher.
Okay.
You know, wipes off anything previous that we've tasted or drank today. And then we have the coffee beans here. So yeah, you know when you go to like perfume counters and there's coffee beans everywhere, you don't want to get inundated with all the scents that are coming in. So this is how we clean our nose out. It's a nose cleanser. So we have palate cleanser, nose cleanser.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And just kind of, you know, resets everything.
Okay. So I'm resetting with my coffee
reset
beans.
1 and 2.
1. Is one more important than the other? No. Okay.
No, we're pros here. Maybe to others, but we're pros.
Fair enough. I am particularly excited. You said that little bits of sweetness that I wasn't going to yell, but you said super heavy in the fat, so I brought us these 2. This guy's going to be coconut cream. This one's going to be classic dairy. It's white chocolate and vanilla. But this guy I'm super excited about because the texture on it you're going to find is like, I mean, you've had 1,000 bonbons in your life before, but like the creaminess of it just shifts entirely because it's the coconut cream inside there that's jumping around with the cocoa butter of it. Now, to get too technical, it's a medium chain fatty acid as opposed to a much longer chain fatty acid that you're getting with the dairy cow cheese cream stuff.
Super cool. That's awesome.
That's cool. Cheese.
Yeah, let's try this out.
Took too big of a bite again.
I like it because it's not too overpowering. It's on the delicate side.
Which is why I think it's supposed to go really well with this guy. We're gonna find out.
I'm gonna smell. Smell my way to the bottom of the glass.
I'll drink for you.
Thank you. Drink for both of us over here.
I'm sure that makes you feel really good when people say that to you now too, right? They're like, oh, cool. Enjoy the wine that I can have.
Exactly.
Awesome. Oh my God.
And there's gorgeous minerality. You know, you have the chalk and the limestone and the
minerality?
Yeah.
So like, you said chalk, limestone, minerality. I've never bitten chalk before. How do I?
You weren't one of those kids? You weren't one of the chalk eating kids?
I was not, no.
That's unfortunate.
I've read it several times. I kind of know what you're talking about. But like deep down, am I supposed to think that I am tasting a rock? Like, what do you mean by minerality?
So picture this. Picture like wet stones laying in like a creek bed. So imagine that wet stone kind of smell. And then, you know, you have...
I'm in the river right now.
Yeah, you have almost like, I wouldn't call it quite like salinity, but the minerals within. So for instance, cool story. If you're up in Alaska and you're drinking water straight from a waterfall, heavy, heavy minerals, awesome, mind-blowing. It's not filtered. So you're getting this awesome, like, beautiful minerality from here that so
you're actually getting minerals. Okay,
yeah, and it
awesome.
comes from the soils and of course the characteristics of the grape. But yeah, since these soils are limestone, that's where you're getting that beautiful.
So the limestone is what makes it taste like limestone.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much terroir. Yeah, very terroir driven.
Because no, I mean like when you are telling me, you know, like okay, you're gonna find a whole mess of minerality inside of it. I'm catching that like I'm sitting by a waterfall, like having a amazing glass of wine. But yeah, I've got the scent of that, like there's a difference in like the smell of like it's about to rain versus a waterfall is continuously going on in there.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a complaint with people. They try and jam an alcohol and an alcohol together. I'm sure that you have a proper explanation for it, but for me, they always like orange juice and toothpaste together. So like, I got this guy out here to kind of prove a point a little bit, that you don't put booze and booze together in a dessert. If you're gonna do raspberry, make it raspberry. Don't make it a raspberry liqueur. We have a raspberry liqueur, we have a raspberry. With the red wine, that extra bit of alcohol pop behind it. I don't know, what's the real like why?
Well, number one, we're not in college anymore, so we're not going to do like alcohol and alcohol together. So that's number one. Number two, you know, we have alcohol, so why do we want to overpower and ruin what we're tasting in this elegant glass with?
Because I didn't pick this up down the street on the way over. Like I didn't grab a. We're not raging.
Let's complement and enhance versus overpower and have like this battle between the two alcohols. What kind of alcohol is in there?
This one is an Irish cream. It's nonsensically good, but
sounds good.
There's that full creaminess that you're gonna get with the vanilla. It's got a little bit of a dark shell, so it may have like a little bit more of a push against a white wine because you have that heaviness, and then you have the like lightness of this guy. So I'm not really sure that it would even.
They're gonna fight and they'll divorce quickly. So what I would say is, where's the coffee? Okay. And then we'll pair the coffee with that. Okay. But yeah, it's no one.
We're not in college anymore. Yeah, why the heck are you? Okay.
It's not a booze train, you know.
Fantastic.
That's my explanation.
I'm gonna take one more bite and air cheers you.
Okay. I'll do the same. Phenomenal.
Because you've got the full happy camper.
Excellent.
The minerality just jumps on top of the banana. It's fantastic. It's not yelling sweetness. It's not disagreeing at all. It's like one lends to the other, and it just builds and builds and builds. What's the expression? Better than the some other parts? Love it.
It's awesome.